We're turning, we're spinning at 2200 RPM. We got a 1/2 inch carbide end mill, and I'm about 2 passes from finishing up the squaring of this gas block stock. So let's do a nice cut here. Sorry about that. My handle hit the tripod. We're almost done. We're going to do one more cut. We should be right where we need to be. I just measured it before I turned the camera on, and it was 2 to the thousandth. Now let's get this done. I'm going to turn it up a little more. So we're turning at 2350 RPM. Okay, I know we're done. Okay, I'm going to bring this over to the bench. We're going to discuss this job before we start. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. My aluminum came yesterday for the handguard. Wrong wall thickness. I don't know how they got that wrong because I repeated it multiple times on the phone to them. So they sent me the wrong piece of aluminum. So I have to send it back. And it's probably going to be at least a week before I get back on this handguard. It might be earlier. I have no idea. My local supplier here doesn't have that material. And in order for them to get it into for me, I have to get a 6-foot bar. And I just can't do that. So we're going to have to wait this out. So today I decided to make a AR-15 gas block. I just finished squaring this up on the mill, and that is what you just saw. So this is going to be it right here. We're going to put a picatinny rail on the top. This is a prototype gas block I made about, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so. Oh, so here's your gas tube pinhole, gas tube hole, barrel diameter, set screws, and inside you're going to see the gas port. Okay, so we got to do all these operations to this, and I'll probably put some 45s on the bottom of it like that. Do the same thing. So we got quite a bit of work here to do today, and so I better get busy. I think first thing I'm going to do is go in and make me a sandwich real quick. I've been out here this morning messing around, cleaning up, and doing things. So I'm going to go eat, and I'm going to come back and get this in the mill. And the first thing we're going to do is the barrel diameter, and then the gas tube hole. Very first things we're going to do, and I'll do all that on time lapse, and we'll talk a little bit as I'm setting it up. So I'll see you. I'll be right back with you here shortly. Well, we got it in the mill. I picked up my edges, so I'm zeroed. The barrel dimension is exactly 600 from here. Let me get you guys over here. The barrel dimension is exactly 600 thousandths from this surface here. We've already center drilled it. I had to put my big 1/2 inch chuck in. My 1/2 inch chuck has a little teeny wobble to it, but this isn't even close to finished diameter, which I'm going to precision ream. I would be boring it if it was a gas block I was actually going to use. I would do a precision boring and precision reaming of it to make a nice, clean, tight fit on the barrel. So there's no blow by. But anyways, we're going to use this is we're going to remove a bunch of material with drill bits, and I'm going to do the barrel dimension first. Then I'm going to go up already center drilled gas tube hole, center drilled for the gas tube hole. So right now I'm going to do this barrel dimension. We're going to do it all in time lapse, and then we're going to do the gas pin hole. I think the depth is 930 is where I go. Then once they're done, I can we're going to put the pinhole in, and then we got to turn it over and put the set screw holes in. Of course, we go through one of the set screw holes to do the gas port. So that's what you're going to see. I'm going to do all this on time lapse right now, and so we can get this done and keep moving forward here. So I'll be right back with you. Just took it out of the mill. We got our barrel dimension done. We have our gas tube hole done. So at this point, we got to put it back in the mill, and it's oil all over the place. So I did this barrel diameter with a reamer. And remember, this is aluminum gas block. It's a mock-up only, just to do a gas block for y'all. Doesn't matter what material it would be, it'd be made the exact same way. So at this point, I need to clean the mill up. We need to put this back in on its side. So we can do this little pinhole right here for the gas tube. The gas tube goes in, and then it's pinned in place to hold it in place. It's a press fit, a light press fit, interference fit. So here we are. We're at that point right now. We're going to put the pinhole in. After the pinhole's done, then we're going to rotate it over again. We're going to pick it all up again to zeros. We're going to put our 2 set screw holes in, and then we go through one of the set screw holes to put that gas port in there. That gas port is inside. I think you can see it right there. There it is. I can see it. So, and then at that point, we'll be pretty much finished everything but other than profiling it. And that'll be a picatinny rail on the top. Then we're going to turn it over and we're going to put these 45s in it, just like that. We're going to do the same thing. Okay? So, let me get the mill all cleaned up. It's covered in oil from the reamer and a lot of debris over there. So let me clean it up. We'll get this in the mill. I'll bring it back, and then we'll do a time lapse of finishing this thing up before we do our picatinny. I'll just put it back in, and I set me up a vice stop. So once I punch this this gas tube pinhole, all I got to do is rotate it up on its side, put it back against the vice stop, and it'll repeat 0. It'll go right back to my 0 setting. And then I'm going to put the set screw holes in, and we go through one set screw hole to put the gas port in. It's dead in line with the set screw hole. That's how that's done on the inside of the barrel diameter. So I'm going to go ahead and punch this this gas tube pinhole, and I'll do that on time lapse. We'll get that in, then I'll flip it up on its side. I'm zeroed. Oh, I zeroed on this side of the part, so I might have to pick my 0 up again on the jaw. Yeah. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just subtract this width from this width and find my 0 that way. That'll work. Okay, let me punch this hole, and I'll be back with you. I'm going to do this on time lapse. It's not going to take long, but let's get it done. Okay, we just punched our pinhole. Now, what I'm going to do, let me get this little drill bit out of here. Yep, I didn't break my drill bit. How about that? This drill bit's actually punched these very pinholes. I don't know how many I made. I made a few. There you go. No broken drill bit. I don't know why people have such a hard time with that small drill bits. But a lot of people do. So, we're up against here. So all I got to do, and I can find my 0 just by subtracting these 2 widths from each other. But here we go. Here's our pinhole. Okay, gas tube, barrel diameter. So we're just going to turn this up on its side because we're getting ready to put the set screw holes in. And we're going to put it back in here. I got to clean it. Hold on one second. Now, I taught you guys this in the squaring video. If you paid attention to the squaring video, very few people have watched that video, and it's got a lot of awesome, important information in it for squaring, getting parts flat, parallel, and why we clean. And I just cleaned this because it had oil all over it from running the reamer in this barrel diameter. Okay, there we go. We're going to put our parallels back in. This ain't critical. It's just a mock-up gas block. I think everybody's seen enough of my work so far to know that I don't do crap work. Okay, quite a bit of debris up in that gas pin or gas tube hole from drilling the pinhole. Once I broke through it into it, all the material that should have been coming out on the flutes of the drill stake just followed the gas tube hole there instead of coming up through the flutes. And anyways, let's get this in. Now, see what I mean? We're just gonna Just put it up against the block and our zeros repeated. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Oh, I just messed that up. We just did that way. Go this way. We're doing the set screws. There you go. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I'm not going to worry about dead blowing it down in because, like I said, this isn't a critical situation because it's an aluminum gas block. It's just a mock-up for you all so you can see how a gas block's made. Okay, we're tight. I'm going to turn this off real quick and look at my print, get my dimensions, figure out where I'm at here, zero in, and we'll get ready to cut the we'll get ready to put the set screw holes in and the gas port. Actually, I think I'm gonna go have a sandwich real quick. Something, chicken nuggets or something. It's like 1 o'clock. I don't think it's quite 1 o'clock, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna do that first. Then I'm gonna come back and finish this. This is definitely gonna be done here shortly. There's not a whole lot left to do, but we'll get it uploaded tonight. So, people, what I do with the remote this time? Oh well, I'll just turn it off by hand. I'll be right back with you. All right, so we are zeroed, and I just literally went and put a little mark here. I don't know if you can see it, but anyways, it's center drilled. So we're going. So I'm zeroed here. I went to the center, and my holes are exactly off of this face right here. 300 is the first threaded set screw hole, and 650 is the second threaded set screw hole. The first set. Oh, hold on, let me grab this. I'll show it to you. So our first set screw hole is where the gas port is. You can see gas port in there. So this is a through hole. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch it through. Get this done. We're going to move up to 650. I'm going to center drill again here before I pull the center drill out. And then we're going to run our taps and get our threads in. And at this point, this is pretty much done other than the picatinny profile and the 45s on the bottom. So let me get busy doing this. I'll go ahead and center drill this while you're is recording right now. So we just did our 300 on the drill. Now we're going to move to 650. My tables are snug. I always snug my tables. That's a good practice to get into. Always snug your tables with your locks. Okay, we're saying 650 exactly. So let's punch a little center hole or a center drill spot for our drill bit. It just takes a second. You should this little center drill here can be actually spin it fast, but I'm not doing a whole lot here. So let's just get it done. Okay, they're both center drilled. So I'm gonna take the center drill out. I'm gonna raise the head up a little bit. I'm gonna get my drill bit in there. Get my holes done for my tap for my threads. 832 is the set screw we're going to use, and I'm going to punch my gas port. If this was a real gas block made out of 4150, something like that, I would use a precision reamer to do the gas port hole. I would use it through the threaded set screw hole, and just so I can make sure the gas port is precision in diameter. The dimension is dead on. So okay, let me let me get my drill bit in here and get these holes punched, and I'm probably just going to do a regular recording of that. So I'll be right back again. The drill bit is in place. Let's get our holes done here. I'm still sitting. I actually moved it a hair here. So I had unlocked it, and then I hit the handle by accident. We're going to put it back on our 650, dead on 650. We want to snug our table locks and get this back to its 1000s off too. There we go, zero. I'll show it to you real quick. There you go, 649.8 and zero. The depth doesn't matter. We're not worried about the depth right now. I can tell when I'm going to be able to feel it pop through that hole. So yeah, let's get this done while you're watching. 650. I'm not going to be picky on my speed. Always retract and get your chips out of there. Gonna break through any second. Feels like snow outside today. It's not too hateful cold. There, we're breaking through. There we go. There's our first hole. Now we're going to come back to 300. Do our second. So this time we're going to go through and punch the gas port. And gas ports can vary in size. Just depends on what kind of fine tuning you want to do for your gas operation. So let's get this done. We're sitting on 300. So we're going to do the same thing here. Punch through, and then we'll go in with a little chamfer tool, chamfer the tops to help lead that tap. I know if some of my older videos, I talked about that on the lathe when tap threading. You get your tap to lead in nice and straight, you chamfer the hole. That way the tap follows it. You get a real precision hole with a tap. Here we're breaking through. Now, we're going to go down and punch this gas port. And we're just going to do the gas port this size. As you can see, it's coming down through. I don't have any zoom. No. Now, anyways, I'm going down. We'll lightly touch it. Let the drill bit do its job. I don't have a center drill there, so and we'll know right when it passes through the gas port. We'll feel it break through. I'm just really lightly pushing on it, so it's nice and there's no walking going around. Nice and accurate. Can you see my arm in the way? Nope. I never did go in and eat, so I went in. My wife was in there eating her lunch. She works from home. She's IT. She does well. The girl does well. She got work ethic like yeah, nobody's business. The girl's awesome. So anyways, I go in and went over and saw my neighbor for a second. The guy gave me the aluminum last week for that first handguard, that little carbine handguard. And I talked to him and I came back out just to do this before I eat. Because I knew this wouldn't take very long. And then all I got to do is come back after I eat and do the profiling. So we just broke through. And I want to take a look in my gas tube. And I can see the drill bit in that gas tube. So we're not even going to go down and touch the floor. We're coming right back out. Okay. Now I just got to put a little chamfer on each one of those holes so my tap follows. Thread these. And the little deburring would take place on the real stuff. You got to go and get your burrs out. You got to clean that gas tube out. But here we are. That's done. Pull this drill bit out. And we're going to put the tap in. I'm going to go ahead and, or excuse me, we're going to put a little chamfer tool in and get our chamfer out. I'm going to keep this rolling while I do this. This ain't going to take long. All right. So here's our chamfer tool. Little chamfer tool. I've had these for years. They work great. I need new ones, but you guys have heard this many times. I work with what I have. I don't have a choice sometimes. I'm not going to go bring the head down. Everything's good. It's good. We want a really accurate hole. So you don't turn chamfer tools fast. All right, so we're just going to go in here and do a little, I'm doing it by eyeball. If I want to be really accurate, I put the drill on, and we can do that. You know, if you want to be real accurate and get your chamfers dead nuts, Both of them, just use your little drill here and watch your digital readout. Say 10,000, plunge in 10,000, move next hole, plunge in 10,000. Well, I know from my eyeball what I want. Right there, chamfers are done. We're going to go now back to 650 and do this one. And I'm going to shut this camera off. Go get me a bite to eat, and we're going to come back and cut a picatinny and a couple 45s. Oh, I'm going to do the thread first real quick. I'm going to do that while you watch too, because that won't take long. Okay, so our chamfers are done. Now let's get our tap. Real thin wall. That's only like 225 thick right there, so that tap's going to go right through it real quick. Let's get it done. Okay, 832 tap. We're going to bring the head down a little bit, and we'll tighten that up. Okay, that'll be good. And we're going to use the quill, so we're going to lock the quill. We're going to let that tap draw. And I've done tapping videos. I've done this, so this is explained in other videos. And we'll use a little oil, even though it's aluminum. This is a really good tap right here. It'll we'll go ahead and put some oil on it. So we'll get it going forward. It's fairly slow. Okay, can you see that? All right, so the tap. Let me bring this in a little bit for you. I want you to see this. I don't have it where I have zoom control right now. There you go. So all we're going to do is let the tap draw itself down, and then we're going to reverse it and pull it out. So, okay, turn that off. So this is all we're going to do. Tap goes in, you'll see it go through the barrel. Oh, I didn't tighten it. I didn't tighten the damn thing. Where are my flutes? That wasn't very smart, was it? Okay, there we go. Get this thing tight. I need new chucks. I need so many new tools. Okay, let's get this going again. Forward. And get oil on it. Again here. So we're about 100 RPM, 112. And you'll see it go around down through this barrel hole. I'm just going to pay attention to it. Look at, see it goes through. There you go. That's how you tap. That's how you tap with the milling machine. So now I'm just going to hit reverse. It's going to come out. So watch, it'll come out by itself. I'll hold a little light pressure on this so it doesn't snap out real fast. Reverse. Here it comes. Hello. Here's what I mean by not letting it snap out. There you go. Let it gently come out. We're going to turn it off. We're going to put it forward again. We're going to bring it back to our 300, our first set screw, and we're going to put this thread in. 300 exactly. And we'll put a little more oil on it. I'm not worried about the shit on it. It'll come off, and watch it. Here we go. It's all by itself. See it go through? Turn it off. Reverse. And we now have 832 set screw holes. Capped, threaded, barrel gas ports in. I'm not supposed to be spraying anything in here with no mask on. So don't tell my doctors, please. Okay, people. We're getting this gas block done. All right, let's take the tap out. And I'm going to go get something to eat. And I'll be back, and we're going to set up for the picatinny rail. And we're going to cut our 45s on the side here. Make a nice, pretty gas block for y'all. So, I got the remote right here in my hand. I'll be back with you again shortly. Okay, I didn't go in it yet. I'm just trying to, I'm looking at this and seeing it, I don't have a lot to do, so I want to get it done. So anyways, we just pulled this out of the mill. We did our barrel diameter. We did our gas tube. We did our gas pinhole. We did our gas port. which is up in there. And there's our set screws. All right, they're actually in place. I just put the set screws in. The threads are beautiful. So here are the set screws. And again, I didn't do a beautiful job on the inside of this because this was a mock-up for you, but there's our gas port in there. You can see the finish is terrible in there, but it is what it is. I didn't make a huge effort. Again, I would have bored that on the lathe or used my boring head on the milling machine. And I may have even left it a couple thou undersized and ran a precision reamer. But there's ways to get that barrel diameter dead accurate, and it has to be dead accurate. You need sealing, a little bit of sealing going on there. You're going to get a lot of blow by if you have a loose gas block. So here's the set screw. I just took one out. And we're going to take the other one out here. Let you see the threads real quick. And then I'm going to get set up for the picatinny and the 45 cuts. And this little baby will be done. There's our set screw threads. You just saw that done on the mill. So here you go. It's still square or rectangle. So it's time to do profiling. Oh, Lord. Anyways, yeah, it's been a nice day here. This is a great little project. I've done a few of these over the last few years that are on operational rifles, but they're not made of aluminum. I want to keep stressing that. You don't make gas blocks out of aluminum. There's certain things you do on firearms you do not use aluminum for it. Anything that's got high heat behind it. Aluminum is not the material for that application. You can get away with it for a little while, but at some point, aluminum fatigues. Take a piece of aluminum and hit it with a torch and watch what the aluminum does under a torch. And that'll tell you everything right there. So I'm going to get set up to do the profile and do the picatinny. We're going to cut a picatinny in the top, and we're going to cut the 45s, and we're done with this little baby. So I'll be back at you again. Well, I just put it back in. And if you remember from the other picatinny videos, there you go. So we're going to put it on the top. We're going to bring this down until it just touches this 1/1000th thick fresh shim stock. There won't be 1/1000th above the part. We're going to come in, we're going to touch the side off too. And then it's simple. We're going to go in 115 on each side. It's very simple. There's actually a diagram of the dimensions of this picatinny cutter. You can find them online. If you just pull up picatinny cutters, you'll see different manufacturers will come up, and there's a few that have prints right there on the page that show the dimensions of this cutter. The minor diameters, the major diameter, the depth of cut, it's all there. And the included 90-degree inclusive angle. So we know, again, point to point on our inclusive angle is 832. We know the channel is 602. And these vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. They all vary within 10 thousandths. I mean, that's the absolute truth. I've seen multiple different manufacturers, and their 832, where I'm shooting for 832, can be 626, or it can be 837. It totally depends on which manufacturer chooses. I'm going with 832 and 602. So we're going to bring this. Let's get this done. I want to get this done. Oh Lord, the old spine. Then we're going to bring it down. I'm going to eyeballs the light between it, underneath of it. I can see light under the cutter, so I can see it's really close right there. We're going to bring this in. Wouldn't surprise me if I'm below it. I'm already literally within a couple thou. So I'm going to lightly bring this down. We'll zero my Z so again, when you have a big number up here, it's kind of hard to concentrate on it. When you zero, I can actually see 1/1000ths drop each time a lot clearer because it's all zeros. So we're going to move this brass back and forth as we bring this head down real slowly until it grabs this brass. It's already on it, and I only moved it 3/1000ths. So let's back off until this brass, we're at 2/1000ths. There it is, right there. So I literally brought in my eyeball to 2/1000ths above the part with my eye, just looking at the light under the cutter. I can see light under it. So there we are. We're going to come off the part. I'm going to set my zero. Actually, I'm going to bring it up one more thou, or down one more thou, set my zero. Okay, there we go. We're going to do the same on the side. And since we know the width of the part, then we know the width of our cutter, we'll just go over here and touch off that side when we go to do the profile on the other side. Then we'll touch off on this side first. I got to bring the head down. We'll go ahead and bring it down to our 375. If you remember me doing that other picatinny rail, my depth was 375. That's what I chose. And that's what we're going to do right now. So our Z is set to 0 again. Okay, our Z is set to 0. And now I'm going to bring it down 375 thou. Get this in here a little better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. 100, 200, 350, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is, 375. 0. I'm going to lock my head. My Z travel's locked. Okay, now we'll make sure I'm clearing this. And we'll bring this in, and we're going to touch off the side with the brass shim stock as well. I got it pretty damn close right there. And this is a little easier to do. So there's our shim stock. See if I can zoom in. I put it so the zoom would work this time. Okay, so I'm going to move my shim stock, and we'll pay attention to my draw, so I know I'm moving very slightly. We're moving on the Y. I'm going to go ahead and 0 it so I can literally see the thousandths. And you're going to want to rotate this cutter too. I'm going to try to put it where the point's directly. Okay, I'm going to come down along the side of it again. Here we go. At the half a thou, 1,000th. I wasn't as close to it this time. It's 4 thou, 5 thou. Now let's see. Rotate our cutter a little bit so our point travels the highest point of that circumference that this cutter spins on. We're not on it yet. Still not there. Oh, I'm going the wrong. Am I going the wrong way here? I can't even tell what I'm doing. 0. Try not to hit that tripod. Let me take an eyeball real quick. Oh, we're really close. Okay. Not much further then. I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to rush through this. There we are. We're on it. Okay. Okay. That's 0 again, so we can see it 2,000th. 1 thou. Okay. What is going on here? I'm losing my mind. There it is. Right there, it's tight. Brass is tight. I can pull it out. And it did not cut the brass, but there's a nice scratch. So we're 1,000th. We're going 0 again. There we are. Okay, I'm going to come up, and I'm going to set my speed here, and we're going to get this picatinny cut. All right. Well, here we go. All right, I'm going to turn this off and just do a time lapse on this because I got to do a few passes. Remember, I don't dive all the way in there. I take care of my machine. I take care of my tools. This machine has a vibration issue when you do things like that to it. Oh, here's a remote. Okay, so this machine, I know if you've watched all my videos, there are clips in there where you'll see the machine moving when I'm touching it. This stand this thing sits on is very thin sheet metal, and it's got a nice thick steel leg that's bolted through sheet metal to two spot welded nuts on the inside. And that sheet metal is so thin. Look, and what that is, it's the legs, the sheet metal folding in and out. The legs are like every bit of a 1/4 inch thick steel, bolted to thin sheet metal. I mean, Who thought of that? So the stand on this thing is really cheesy. Um, it don't take a whole lot to get vibration all through this stand. It just vibrates, but it sounds like machines coming apart. But that's not what's going on. It's just this cheesy ass stand, you know, just vibrates when you're doing cuts. So yeah, this stand sucks. But anyways, the mill's good. And I love the mill, so I'm gonna shut this off. Let's get this time lapse done. We'll get these picatinnies in. I can get off on talking about other things, and I shouldn't be. Well, we just hit our number. So the picatinny is cut. Got some edges we need to break here. Not too hateful at all. But there you go. Picatinny's cut. You can see little burrs right here. I gotta get off. So at this point, we are ready to, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go ahead and put the recoil slots in it right now before I flip it over and cut the 45s. But we're almost done this thing. So you hang in here with me. I'm going to do a time lapse cutting these, cutting the recoil slots. Get that done. Flip it. 45, 45 on each side. We're done. And mills in. Where the edge of the end mill is right to this edge. So we're going to move it into the width of one of the recoil slot teeth, which is 185 thou. That's what I'm doing. And we're sitting at 185 right now, ready to cut the first one. So we're going to bring this in and bring our end mill down to it just touches the top. And we're 120 thousandths depth. So we're going to do this quickly. I'll let you watch me touch off the top here. Got the remote. Let me put the remote over here. Okay. So we're going to unlock the head. We're going to spin it up a little bit. And we're going to bring it down slowly until I see a couple chips come off of there. Just touch it. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to take it back off. And then we're going to plunge down 120 and we're going to cut our slots. 185 each. There we go. We just touched down. I'm going to walk off. I can see it's about 2 thou. That's good enough. Well, it's what we're going to use. Okay. So we're zeroed. We know our depth is 120. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 120 and make one pass. I'm going to do 120,000 depth cut. Get this done. There we go, 120. Now we're going to spin this baby up around 2200 RPM. Just so we can get this done quick. All right. 185. Here we go. Now I'm just going to do this in regular video because it's not going to take long to cut these. And we're going to move 394 each time. That takes in the valley and the peak. Okay, now we're going to go back across to a cleanup. And what I'm going to do to make this fast, I'm just going to keep zeroing. Instead of adding 185 to each one or 394, I'm just going to zero it, 394, zero it, 394, because we're only going to cut a few. So let's get this done. 0, 394. There we go. Cut another one. Now, we're cutting dry, and aluminum can get hot and get inside the cutter. So I'm not forcing it. You can feel when the cutter teeth are getting loaded up with aluminum, it'll start pushing the cutter, and you can feel it in the hand wheel. But I didn't have a problem there. So you're just not going to feed it real fast. Okay, we're going to zero and do another 394. Make this fast. We got a couple to go. 394. Now, if that started loading up with aluminum, I would start to feel pressure against my hand wheel here. And the speed in which I'm cutting, is not causing that excessive heat buildup. So we can get it done. We're going to return to the other side. We're going to have some burrs to get off just because of the way I'm cutting this. Okay, we're going to zero and do another 394. I think that's our last one. It is. We're done. Got to put 45 degrees on the bottom. And we are finished with this baby. Nice. Looks good. Okay. I'll bring you in here a little better. You can see the camera will automatically turn that direction real slow. Let's see if we can do it. There you go. There you go. There are our recoil slots are cut. Picatinny's cut. See, we got some burrs we got to take off. That's just because of the way I'm cutting real fast. Let me try another cleanup pass, see what happens here. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, put you back out of my way here. And all I'm going to do is just deburr it with a little file. We're good. Let me pour it out real quick so you can see it fresh out of the mill. Okay. Oh, and we got to do some cleaning up. There you go. Picatinny gas block. All right. Now we're going to put it in here and we're going to cut 45s on each one of these corners and take some of the squareness out of it. But there you go. And we really could thin these walls down a little bit if we really wanted to, but we're okay with it. This is getting the point across. Okay, I'm going to set this up. I'm going to leave that end mill in. I already got a 45-degree fixture over here on the bench. Well, actually, it's a tool I've turned into 45. I'm going to set this up real quick, and then we'll come back and cut these 45s. So I already cut the 45 on this side, and I decided to only show you one just so this video doesn't go longer. We all know how I can talk at the end. So we just cut the 45 here. We set it back up, and I wouldn't suggest doing this. I'm doing it because I know I got a good firm grip on it. But I would never, again, like the lady the other day, I would not teach somebody to do it this way. This is quick, fast, getting the job done. So we're only taking 50 thou cut. We're going to spin at 2,000, 2,200 RPM. And we're going to go in here and do our 45 real quick. We're 175 deep. Okay, there's one. And as I go down, this gets wider. I have to do 2 passes. So that was 50 thou. And I'm being gentle again. We're going to do 50, 60, 75 at a time. No more than that. So here's 100. I gotta see here. So let's do it this way, and we'll come back. We'll make 2 passes on this one. So we're spinning 2,400 RPM. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. So the spindle's at 2,400 RPM. Okay, that's 103 thou. We got 75 to go, or actually 72. Nope. Okay. Let y'all hear this. So we are almost done. Okay, we're back. We got 20 to go. We're done. I'm probably not going to spend much time breaking the edges so we can get this done, because you guys don't need to see me file edges off. I think we all know how to do that. So here we go. Our finished cut, 175 deep, and right to the money, honey. Okay, 2 passes again. Halfway, halfway. Oh, I wasn't quite far enough over. It's all right. No big deal. I need to get a coolant system. I could really spin this thing. You cut and dry. You just gotta be careful. You get aluminum built up in an end mill, and it will stop cutting, start chattering. This whole machine will start vibrating. We're done. We are done. All right, let's take it out of here. Remember, you didn't see me do it that way. Oh, here we go. Me dropping shit. Look at that, baby. The little pinhole there. There's your picatinny rail. There's your gas block. Picatinny gas block, AR-15. Now we need to take a file and go down, break our edges. I mean, these came out pretty well. Let me take this over here next to the workbench. I'm going to shut this off and then figure out what we're going to talk about at the end here anyways, but I want to show it to you real quick. There you go. Picatinny gas block. All right, I'm going to break my edges, shut this off, and we'll do our final talk and we'll be done. All right. Still on. I've done that so many times. I don't have the mic on. I'll shoot a clip, start to watch it, and there's no voice. The microphone was off, and I got to go back and do it again. So I tend to watch these right after I do them. Okay, we made you all an AR-15 Picatinny gas block today. Again, here's that rail from the other day. I cut the slots in it. Fucker's pretty. But that would be the top of a AR-15, exactly what it looks like. These distances are exact. And here's another one I did the other day. I just had a piece. I went ahead and did it, but I couldn't equally space them. So the first tooth and the second tooth are thinner than the ones in the middle. So, but this one now, this one's right. Look at that. There you go, beautiful finish like normal. And then Picatinny cuts, beautiful finish. Beautiful finish. The OD right here is terrible. Well, it's not terrible. My definition of terrible. It's not fucking pristine. You know, so I call it, it's okay. But anyways, here we are. Everything's done. That right there will actually function. Everything's correct. Gas port's correct. Diameter of our gas tube's correct. Our pinhole and location is correct. Done. But we have 832 set screws, and most gas blocks you buy are set screws. I have some Yankee Hills that are set screws, and I take care to make sure they're set screwed correctly and they don't loosen up and cause problems. But here you go, 832 set screw. Okay, threaded. And you all saw me do all of this. We got it all. I think I missed 145 cut here that I did. Did the 45 cuts. Yeah. There we go. Gas block. Done, baby. Everybody, please, you know the deal. You know what I'm getting ready to say. Like, subscribe, and share my videos, please. I need all the help I can get. It is what it is. They don't like gun-related stuff on YouTube, even though they have specific policies, and I'm well within their policy. They still, you know, do what they do. But we're going to keep going because this is for you. And I promised and I will deliver. There we go, beautiful gas block. Here is a diagram. You can just go back to this video and stop this and zoom in. And this is the breakdown of the recoil slots. Now what you're seeing here is this dimension here is this long dimension. Because on a AR-15 receiver, oh, by the way, there's that carbine handguard on the barrel nut. Now, I'm still going to do something with this at some point, but we're going to wait for the aluminum to show up, and we're going to do the handguard the way I originally wanted to do it. But this here is going to be a functional handguard at some point, and it'll be all detailed up. It's not going to be just flat like that. We're going to have slots cut in and everything else. But either way, this dimension right here, this flat, is this dimension. So we don't have all these teeth in between. I just put two, and then I go here to this flat in the front. So this is a recoil slot. And they're your numbers. And you can study that and get exactly how you zero, move in, and then each time you move up, how much you move up. Remember, I was zeroing and going 394 each time. It was that easy. And I did that. Or you would have to add 394 to each other and write those numbers down and then hit those consecutive numbers on your drill. What I did, moved 394, 0. Then I just moved 394, 0. We only cut 1, 2, no, that's not it. We only cut 4 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 4 slots. So I only had to do that 4 times. No big deal. Anyways, I want to thank everybody. And there's a few people I need to thank. And we're going to do this in the next video we do. There's 2 gentlemen that are sending me some projects that I think you guys are going to absolutely love. One of them, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is right now. A gentleman is sending me, and I've got their names. This is Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. I believe it was Jim Wright. Yep. He sends me an email. We talk a little bit and goes, give me your address. I'm going to send you a casting. He's sending me a raw casting of an upper receiver, unfinished, completely unfinished. And we're going to machine an upper receiver right here with what we have in this building. No big money being spent, no fancy stuff. What's going to happen, I went across the print real well. I'm going to have to modify a few things that aren't going to change how it functions, but it allows me to do it with the tooling I currently own. So we're going to be doing a raw casting upper receiver, complete machining job. That's coming. But we still got the handguard aluminum. Should be here within a week. I put it right back out, sent it back out to them. And I don't know how long it'll take. It's probably going to take a solid week. I can't see me having the correct aluminum here in a week. I don't know. So we'll see when it shows up. But either way, we're done this video. I'm going in and relax for the rest of the evening. Well, not the rest of the evening, for a little while. I got to come back out, and it's a mess in here. Look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna take. Now let's just do it this way. I'm gonna show you that corner over there by the mill, right there. There's a pile of material laying there that I keep sweeping up, and so I sweep it over in that corner. I have another little outbuilding right next to this one outside here, and I got buckets over there oh, by the way, I've been breathing better today than I did in the last those last 2 videos. But yesterday was a little better, and today's been better. So you haven't seen me gasping, but I also have not kept myself on the camera as much, and that's a reason for that. So I don't have to gasp in front of you all as much. But anyways, there's a hell of a mess over there. We put it in buckets in the other building. It's just a little 8x8 out here. Yeah, it's a mess in here. So we're going to clean up. We're going to get some more food in my belly. And we're going to get this video put together and upload it for y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will put my information in the description. If you'd like to support my channel, be very appreciated. You can do it with the information in the description. And if you have questions, email me. Tell me what you want to know. Ask me. Send me an email. we'll talk a little bit. I talk to people every single night. I have emails to answer, and I spend however long it takes to answer them. Yeah, we'll rock and roll with you, and we'll help you out. So anyways, you can study this diagram if you want. And if you got any ideas for any upcoming projects you'd like to see, email me. Let me know what's on your mind. So everybody, I love you. And you take care of yourselves. And let me get the remote here so I can shut this down. And we'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure what's going to happen over the next couple of days while I'm waiting for the aluminum. But I might come up with something to do and just throw a video up here in the next few days. Everybody, have a great day and have a great rest of your evening. And the rest of your work week, I hope it's great. See ya.